गाइज टुडे हमारा साथ सूर्य ब्रदर है जिसका प्री सबमिशन आज फिनिश हो गया पीएचडी का। तो ब्रदर के थोड़ा सा मतलब बैकग्राउंड के बारे में आप बताइए हमको, एंड हमारा यूनिवर्सिटी का क्या प्रोसेस रहता है पीएचडी एडमिशन के लिए थोड़ा बता दीजिए, एंड आपका जो प्रपोजल के बारे में थोड़ा बताइए।
Sure, definitely. So you're asking about my educational background, right? So I did all my schooling and initial education, like till my MBA. It's from Visakhapatnam. So I finished my schooling from DAV, and I joined my degree in Andhra University, affiliated college, and even my PG was from Andhra University campus.
Okay.
So after that, I had joined for PhD in HCU.
Okay.
In between, I have 1 year of teaching experience. I should say 9 months, not even completely 1 year. So during my tenure there, I was preparing for NET JRF. And in the same time, HCU notification has come, and I written the exam, and I was able to clear it. So I came here.
मेरे को बताइए दैट टाइम कितना मार्क का एग्ज़ाम था एंड कितना मार्क का इंटरव्यू का रहता है, एंड प्रपोजल का क्या प्रोसेस रहता है?
Marks, it's weightage. 70% of the weightage was given to the exam, and 30% weightage was given to the interview. And we have this blind review system. Like you come here, you write the exam, and after that, shortlisting happens on the basis of the written exam. And people who are shortlisted, they are given the opportunity to have the interview here. And the faculty who evaluate here, the interview, while taking the interview, the faculty are not known about the marks of the written exam. So the interview 30% is different, 70% of the marks is different. For suppose if a candidate clears the exam with 70%, he got around समझो 100 में like in 100 he got around 85 marks. He's having good score. But if he has to perform equally important in the interview also, because the purpose of interview here is checking whether the candidate is having the research aptitude, and also if he is fitting into the area of the research, the faculty is having the slot. In PhD entrance, slots play a major role. 18 slots are there every year, but the faculty who is taking the scholar, his or her research area and the scholar's research area should be matching.
Okay.
So sometimes it happens that they had performed very well in the written exam, but in the interview they may not perform that well. So this impacts the final result. In similar lines, some people may perform medium level in the written exam, but their research area may be matching the supervisor's research area, and they would have performed well in the interview. So they would have got the seat.
Yes.
So it is important to perform equally well in both the exams.
Okay. Then after that, the interview times, and you submit one proposal, and you work same proposal or you change after that? हाँ. And what is your domain area? कौन सा एरिया में आप काम किया है? And
Yeah. See, fortunately, I'm speaking in terms of School of Management Studies, University of Hyderabad. Yes. With regards to the PhD criteria here, proposal, there is no relationship between the proposal that you submit here during the interview and your further work. Okay. The domain and discipline will be the same mostly. If suppose I may be coming here for marketing research, okay, and I will be continuing my research in marketing area, yes. That should be same. Okay. For example, if you take my case, I had, being a fresh MBA graduate, practically speaking, do you know, we will be able to know research methodology that well?
No.
Right? And will we be knowing the latest research areas?
No,
right?
First time we come.
So if we come to the practical reality, in the interview process, they will test the subject knowledge, and whatever proposal you bought here, they will ask related questions, and they will see whether you are having the aptitude to answer that questions or not, and if you are having interest on research or not. See, my interview went for 40 minutes.
Okay.
So in 40 minutes, there are 14 faculty sitting here in the panel, and they had asked me variety of questions in terms of different subjects. Okay. Where do I do my MBA? Like, am I interested in doing research in this area also? Like, one faculty has asked me whether if I'm willing to change my domain. So that's also a help. See, sometimes some people feel that if they are asking you to change your domain, they say, no sir, I won't change. But there is a hidden opportunity there. The faculty may be interested in taking you, so they will be asking you, will you be able to change your domain? Like if I gave a proposal in related to HR. training and facilitation. But now I worked on marketing area, and now I gave my pre-submission on marketing domain food tourism.
Okay.
So research topics will change. They will only check your research aptitude. So I suggest students to be very flexible when they come for the interview. So that will give you opportunity.
Okay. And after you join here, then 1 year the coursework happened. Then after 1 year, what like proposal submission?
Depends. It depends. See, coursework typically is structured. So coming to coursework, it is 1 year, 2 semesters. You have around 4 subjects. So you have to finish the criteria of the credit points. Then that is only the minimum you can do. You can take many other subjects if you want, and that will actually help you in your research. There is no limitation that you can't take other subjects in the department. You can also study other subjects of other departments too, if it is helping you in your research. So that's a very good opportunity. And it is not something like research proposal that you joined within 1 year, you thought of something and you can take the proposal. Research proposal takes time. Ideally, now you may ask me, when they give the interview, we are giving our proposal. But in most of the cases, the difference is that the proposal which you had given when you had joined, and the proposal you make final in the university, there you can see a lot of difference because there is a coursework in between. You learn so many things. Now your idea will change. Your way of thinking will change. Like I may think about some phenomenon or construct in a different way before. Now after coursework, I may entirely change my research area. So don't hurry, be positive. Research proposals take time. Why it takes time? Because the researcher has to involve himself in the research area, and it is a starting step. Starting steps are always hard. And what I believe personally, explore many areas, and people who take so much time for research proposal, in many cases, they do the data collection and analysis very fast because they are very much clear in the area. So it is highly subjective. Some may give you the research proposal in within 2 years of their research PhD journey. Some may take 3rd year. Some may have given it in their 4th year. It depends. See, I have given in my 3rd year. After coursework, I worked on my research idea for 1 year. Or not single idea, multiple ideas, feasibility, because COVID came in between. Okay. Data also. Yeah. And while giving a research proposal, first we have to think about data. You give a grand research proposal, if you are not able to get the data, again you will come to square zero. Okay. So first think about data, feasibility of the area, then try to give the research proposal.
सर आपका मतलब जो यहाँ पर ज्वाइन हुआ था 2018
जनवरी विंटर एडमिशन.
हाँ, like 2018 बैच, बट 2019 जनवरी जे क्लासेस स्टार्टेड. लाइक बीच में भी कोविड गया है, लाइक यू ऑल्सो भी अफेक्टेड एज यूजुअल, एंड लाइक अराउंड 4 years यू कंप्लीट द टोटल PhD. हाँ, हमको बताइए जो हमारा यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ हैदराबाद का जो स्कॉलरशिप कुछ रहता है, जो विदाउट जिसका नेट नहीं है, और मतलब पेपर पब्लिकेशन में कितना कैसे स्कॉलरशिप मिलता है, जो तुम्हारा कौन सा स्कॉलरशिप था, थोड़ा सा इसके बारे में थोड़ा बताइए. क्योंकि जो लोग एडमिशन ले रहा है इतना काम करना पड़ेगा, तो विदाउट द स्कॉलरशिप इज नॉट पॉसिबल टू वर्क.
हाँ सर, बिकॉज व्हेन आई वाज फेसिंग द इंटरव्यू, the last question was, did you have fellowship? Do you have any fellowship? That's a practical question. Any faculty will ask you. And I said, at the time, I don't have any fellowship. I said, sir, I don't have any fellowship. So one of our faculty said that without fellowship, it is very difficult. So can you manage your finance and funds? Because PhD is of 5 years tenure and it may extend. So you may have so much motivation, but if you don't have money, it is very difficult for you to survive here. Because for research also you need money, right? And not only University of Hyderabad, Indian researchers have opportunities like JRF, one avenue for fellowship. And if you are belonging to some communities like minority communities, you have a fellowship. Okay. We have, I don't want to quote the names, but you have minority fellowships on caste-based reservation. And for disability also you have a separate fellowship. And personally, for me, I don't have fellowship when I had joined. I didn't have it when I joined. But I was net qualified. When I joined, I had net with me. After coming here, I cracked JRF in 2020 December attempt. And surprisingly, in the tenure, I had got option of availing either JRF or even NFPWD, Disability Fellowship. So I had opted for NFPWD, Disability Fellowship, because the advantage of any national fellowship is the amount is pre-dated. So you will get the amount from the date of your joining. So JRF you will get it from the time when you have got it till the tenure of your research, 5 years. But here it is like you will get the arrear amount also.
Okay.
So that's it.
सर देन आफ्टर दैट आप जो प्रपोजल आपका क्या था, देन किस कैसे वर्क किया 3 इयर्स, लाइक इसके मतलब हाउ टू गेट दैट ऑल डाटा, एंड आपका क्या मतलब आप फूड के ऊपर शायद क्या है, थोड़ा मार्केटिंग टूरिज्म डिपार्टमेंट के ऊपर, इसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा बताइए जो क्या क्या डाटा प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी डाटा में काम किया है, और क्या लास्ट में जो मतलब आउटपुट क्या निकला है, थोड़ा इसके ऊपर.
Definitely. See, identifying my research area was a bit tough because I was interested into many things. Okay. When I came here, I thought I'll work on MOOCs. MOOCs was it was a new storm in 2019. And after that, I even studied some literature related to telemedicine, healthcare. Nothing was fitting well. And but I was interested in this virtual reality, augmented reality also. Why I am saying see about data, I'll tell you, because I have the I wanted to work on virtual reality and augmented reality in gaming, and even the model was really good and ready. But COVID came in between. Okay. You can't test it. You don't get the data in COVID time. You have to waste 2 years of your time. Fortunately, at that time I was working in collaboration with my seniors, my immediate seniors. Our department, Vinay, he is assistant professor now in SRM University. He is a tourism researcher. And I have, knowingly or unknowingly, you are little bit, the seniors' influence will be there with you because you learn with them. Okay. They explain you many things. And he being a tourism researcher, he encouraged me to collaborate with him. Okay. So he said, start writing papers from second year itself. It will really help you in your journey. But seriously speaking, that has really changed my PhD journey. That is the turning point, because I don't know how to write a paper, I don't know how to analyze a paper or summarize it. But through his support, I started reading tourism papers, and I had collaborated with him for one paper. That's a hotel industry paper. So slowly, I had identified food tourism in that way. If I would have not worked in collaboration with him, then I would have not got this food tourism idea. So ideas come from many ways. So I always encourage even my juniors to work in collaboration with senior scholars or their own batch co-scholars or with some other universities. So you will get new ideas when you work.
और बताइए जो प्राइमरी डाटा के ऊपर आपका था ना, सेकेंडरी डाटा के ऊपर था, एंड यू आर गोइंग टू इन ए ग्राउंड लेवल और यू सर्चिंग रे गूगल, और हाउ टू गेट इट ऑल डाटा इज ए मेन थिंग्स.
Data, as I already said, data is very much important in research, because how much big idea you have, if you are not having the data, then again it's a drawback. My data is completely primary data. Okay. Even though I worked on papers related to secondary data before, for my thesis, food tourism, I had used primary data, because what I always feel, getting the ground level data, the primary data, it gives you the phenomenon. It's my opinion, because there are many good tourism researchers who are using secondary data, or many tourism or other researchers with secondary data, finance and HR, they are using secondary data. But I favor primary data, because it gives rich experience to the researcher. You get into the field, you know the ground reality, then maybe your objective of the study will change. You can talk so much about your research when you are into primary data. You have many stories to tell. Not imaginary one, but the real ones. So you get the feel of doing the real research. And even now, in my pre-submission, I told the further studies can be conducted using field experiments. Of course, it is difficult, but the drawback with primary data, it is very difficult to get good data. Why people follow secondary data? Because the secondary data is already rich and it is easy to collect. The research will get done in a very fast pace. If you compare a person with primary data and secondary data, both with the good ideas, if a person is employing secondary data, his analysis and his data is already there. Analysis will be done within 1 month. But for primary data, it's not like that. You have to roam on the roads, get connections. But that is the point, right? You will get to know the market really from the inside, from the roots. So mine is primary data. But I equally give importance to secondary data, because both complement each other.
एंड आपका पेपर भी पब्लिकेशन हुआ है 3 पेपर, कौन कौन सा जर्नल में हुआ है? एंड हाँ, दो। ओके ओके। एंड फर्स्ट टाइम एनी पेपर रिजेक्शन आया था? नहीं।
Not see, the 3 papers which I am talking about in review, they are in review from 2020.
ओके
20, 21, 23, 3 years. The 3 papers, in that 3, 2 papers are in our co-authorship with other people, and 1 paper is my single authorship. I am telling you the 2 papers which I had worked on 2020, they have good potential. Analysis is good. The techniques are really good. Data is really good. But somewhere, what I feel, the need, I mean, editor's viewpoints may be different, and the need may be different. So we need to pack it well. We need to write well, much better, much better. The quality, if you improve the quality, then you will get publication. Sometimes I even lose hope. Sometimes I get a little bit demotivated for those 2 papers. Because I mean, frankly speaking, I had worked on those 2 papers more time than my original thesis. But those 2, that struggle has helped me to write my thesis and my pre-submission my research well. Those 2 were experiments, but those has given me the real struggle, and I was able to do other things well. But I can say those 2 papers will get published in coming future.
ओके
But I still have hope. And 2 papers I have publication. One is in Scopus, and one is in Scopus, and one is in ABDCB.
या मेरी लाइक सर ने जब 2019 में ज्वाइन होकर 2020 1 ईयर्स में 1 पेपर पब्लिकेशन करना इतना भी जी के बात नहीं है. लाइक इज वर्क हार्ड, वेरी हार्ड वर्क.
2020 ending was my first paper, because that paper was again not a data driven paper, it's a perspective paper. See, my viewpoint was that was the suggestion given by my seniors also, like, if you have one viewpoint, write it as a paper. Even a small thing, put it as a paper. If it happens, it is very good. If it doesn't happen, it will happen later. Keep a positive hope, because many researchers think that people who join PhD, they think my data analysis should be done, then I will start writing the paper. By the time will be over. It's 5 years of your precious time, because paper publication takes a lot of time. Rejections, reviews, it will take years. And now even Scopus paper, it is taking 6 months to 9 months. So ABDC, it's a far story. It will take years. So even now I feel the advantage I had is I had taken the decision early, and I started early when it came to paper.
And one thing you said to me, brothers, like suppose someone join, suppose they do not publication the papers, then what happened? What is the problem face?
See, problem is it's not a problem. The PhD criteria from School of Management Studies, University of Hyderabad, is you need to have at least 1 publication. Previously it was 2 publications, at least 2 conferences, 1 national conference, 1 international conference, and previously it was 2 papers. Now they are even accepting 1 paper, 2 same conferences, same 1 national conference, 1 international conference, and 1 paper from your thesis. That means it should be from the data of your thesis.
Okay.
That is the criteria. So see, it helps you in gaining meaningful PhD. And if you see the outside competition, papers is not for university benefit, it is for scholars benefit. Without paper, if you are entering the job market as a faculty, I am talking in terms of faculty, because I joined PhD with the motive to become a faculty. If you are going for a faculty position, the competition is so high that people are going with 4 or 5 papers. That is the filtration criteria itself has become publication way. So now if you are having 3 papers, you are taken into consideration for the next round. If the basic criteria is PhD, NET, JRF, I am talking about top tier institutions. There are tier 2 institutions, tier 3 institutions, I can agree. Some people may ask me, brother mine, I got a job, I don't have paper. But it depends. If you want to work in a tier 2, tier 3 institutions, you can directly go with NET. Management and NET, you can go to some tier 2 institution, college and teach. You came to PhD from HCU, the motive is getting good placement with in top tier institution, right? So I am speaking in terms of top tier institutions. Again, it is highly subjective in nature.
Yeah.
Some people can make it to the interview without even with single paper, good paper they can make it. Some people with 4-5 papers also they may not make it. It is highly subjective, brother. This is, it's like we can't judge. Okay. It is very diverse.
एंड लास्ट थिंग इज सपोज अब तो पब्लिकेशन हो गया, अभी प्री सबमिशन हो गया, इसके बाद सबमिशन हो गया, इज यू गॉट कंप्लीट योर पीएचडी. सो लाइक हाँ आपका तो हो जाएगा और कुछ 6 महीना में कंप्लीट हो जाए. हाँ लाइक इसके कंप्लीटेड लाइक ऑल दीज थिंग्स यू कंप्लीटेड 6 मंथ यू कंप्लीटेड. लाइक थोड़ा सा लाइक मोटिवेशन क्या देना चाहते हैं जो लोग अभी पीएचडी के लिए एडमिशन लेने के लिए आ रहे हैं, तो जे वैल्यू और नहीं है, मतलब जो लोग अभी मास्टर कंप्लीट करके बैठा है, जो एकेडमी में जाने के लिए सोच रहा है, लोग का नेट है बट पीएचडी आके सोचता है 5 years कौन करेगा, एंड द स्कॉलरशिप ओनली 30,000 एंड एज यूजुअल वो कहाँ पर पढ़ा रही है वहाँ पर भी 30,000 मिल रहा है. तो क्या तुम्हारा क्या बात ऐसे रहता है, जो आना चाहिए कि नहीं चाहिए?
This point I heard from many scholars. There are many students who think of joining the PhD. Even after they join the PhD, it's like इतना ही सैलरी मिल रहा है तो PhD like I'm getting less salary only. What is the importance of PhD, or what is PhD doing to my career? First thing, I'll talk in two perspectives. PhD gives you a good thought process for becoming a good faculty. That is for sure. Without PhD candidate and with PhD candidate, if you observe, faculty who are having PhD, they can teach well. I'm saying there are exceptional cases also. In general terms, I can say people who did their PhD will have clarity of thought of how to deal with certain things. Keeping this apart, I suggest students to see the long term. Now you are getting 30,000. Now colleges are accepting people without PhD also. Okay, if you want to stay in the academic field, PhD, if you have PhD, you are given preference. If you see long run, if suppose the need for teachers had come down, then what happens? People with PhD are considered. Filtration, everything is filtration, right? And yes. If you did your PhD, you become so confident in your area. If you did it in a right way, you'll become so confident in your area that you can attend any interview, and the respect PhD gives you. So these are intangible. You can't count them with money. And one thing that motivates me when I think about my PhD, it's the ultimate satisfaction that you get. That you said it's a long time, 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
Right? It's very long time. It's a marathon, right?
Yeah.
But when you finish that 5 years, you sacrifice many things. You sacrifice your family time. You are not with your family. You are in a different city, in hostel, reading, and you're clueless what to read and where to stop. But you finish it at last. Then that pride you feel, I think that feeling can't be said in words. So that itself tells you a lot. And the suggestion I give students is start early. Don't give breaks. If you want to do PhD, join right immediately, because I can take myself as an example, and even my batchmate Rishabh, when we joined, ours was a winter admission batch. So my colleagues Anand, Nishla madam, Indra madam, all are having good experience, and they joined in like after their 30s. Me and Rishabh, we joined when we were 25, 26. So now I am 29 and he is 29. Within 29 years, we are finishing our PhD. Matlab all the criteria is satisfied. Before your 30s, see the long run, how much potential you can have when you enter the market. There is no clause, no. NET done, JRF done, PhD done, MBA, the previous criteria done. You have papers in your hand. Now, gates are open for you, no. Many gates are open. Like if you are in your late 30s, there may be some. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry for the call. So when you are in your late 30s, you can't travel to some universities, right? You have many family commitments. In the same way, if you are in your late 30s, some universities may not consider you because they need active faculty. So do it early. Do it fast. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच ब्रदर, इतना टाइम देने के लिए, जो मोटिवेशन इतना दिया है, जो लोग सोच रहा है आ सकता है। हमारा कितना 32,000 जिसका GRF है, स्कॉलरशिप है, और डिफरेंट डिफरेंट स्कॉलरशिप है, मिलता है, लाइक रहता है। इसके बाद आपका तो अभी प्रोफेसरशिप कोई प्राइवेट कॉलेज में जाएगा तो अराउंड 80,000 तो देगा, 60-70 हज़ार, यू गॉट इट। एंड सपोज यू रिसर्चर एनी गोइंग टू एनी कंपनी, दे गिव 1 lakhs around. And after 2 to 3 years your experience, you get to 1 lakhs easily, because you completed your doctor degree, you got it. So thank you so much इतना टाइम देने के लिए ब्रदर।
Thank you, Sujit. Thank you for the opportunity. Wonderful opportunity of enlightening the future students. Like
Yeah.
it was really good that you asked, because PhD journey, people have so many questions in their mind. It's like when you joined here, I personally felt you have a lot of questions. And you know what happened when I joined here? Uh, One of my senior, they used to tell me that I am a question bank. I used to have a question mark on my face. So that may be a compliment or a criticism, but when you come to PhD, you should have lots of questions in mind, and that will help you to make your research journey very well. So thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Bye.